I believe we are live. Taking a moment to make sure everything catches up. Making sure that we are all set here. Because it looks like I'm still on a waiting screen. You guys probably can't hear me right now. So just verifying everything. This is longer than I've ever had to wait before. Oh, it looks like we are live. Cool. Alright, well, welcome to the stream. Whether you are new here or you're returning, always glad to have faces. New faces, old faces, all of the faces. Always glad to see you guys here. But welcome to the Tortalic channel. We are doing a very big series. It's been 20 episodes, and they've been several hours long in most cases, of a survival series. And it is moving and grooving. The unique thing about this series is you guys will see every minute of gameplay. So if that's not necessarily your style and you really like the fast forward button, you can always subscribe to the channel, go watch something else, come back when it's sort of like a playback. Another good option is if you want to go to my channel and you want to watch the series chronologically with that handy dandy fast forward button. There's a playlist on my channel. Everything's in chronological order. You can watch us crash into the planet on the first episode and try to get our bearings when we really have no idea what we're doing. So if that's exciting to you, the first episode and all of the episodes between then and now are all available on the channel. But we are going to go right into episode 21 here, keeping up with this live theme of chaos. And I will say that this series has been my first live series. I think I did one other live with Risk of Rain, but yeah, if I'm really awkward now or in previous videos, just know that this is like my like self-training through experience trial by fire series. So it's not going to be the highest quality, but it's definitely going to get me closer and closer to what quality is. I can already feel an improvement 20 episodes after the first one. I definitely should feel an improvement by now. I've done 20 intros like this. But yeah, I'm gonna ditch the graphic this time because it has some sort of lag and I'm not sure if I'm hitting the timing right. But there are several things down below this video that you can hit that will add endorphins to my day. There's the like button. That would just tell me that you like this content, want to see more. There's the subscribe button that'll help you find this channel more easily on your subscriber page. And then if you hit that little bell icon next to the subscribe button, that'll give you notifications when I create new videos. So that's just extra little thing. I never see if you hit the bell icon, but that is just a personal thing specifically for you. But the subscribes and the likes definitely add endorphins. But yeah, here we go. If you don't want spoilers, run. Run for the hills now, because we are about to get into all the details and everything will be spoiled for you. But here we go. Objective for this episode, we're going to try to complete the Overminer, right? Yes, the nanites are working. I guess I just had to restart the file. Because they were being really angsty last session. Actually, I think the mods updated too. I think there are a few mod updates. So now the nanites aren't as angsty anymore, which is wonderful to see. If you are unfamiliar at this point with these streams of particles, this is a mod that I've added. The Nanite control facility. And it just does all of my wonderful work for me. You know, before we had the nanites, we were able to safely run off of like 3 turbines. But things have gotten significantly worse as far as power consumption, specifically because of the nanites. You know, we use like a couple of kilowatts here and there for like assembly and refinery things to process our materials. But the nanites are very power hungry. So we had to do something ridiculous like this just to keep them on. So before you go ahead and say, oh, the nanites are overpowered, they're doing all your building for you, they're very hungry. And it took us a long time to get to a spot where we can actually reliably use them. I think we've spent at least half of this series either working on gathering materials for the nanites or trying desperately to find some power solution for the nanites. It's been wild. But what we did do last session is we upgraded the stone collection here. A lot more storage. Turbines are the same. There's more batteries now, so it'll stock up a little bit more power. And I believe they are like set to recharge in like 5 hours if the pace keeps up. Which, there's nothing variable about the setup. The pace will continue as it does. And we have this long drill that's just widening the hole further and further. And the piston is moving extremely slowly. I'm pretty sure it's moving. Yeah, these blocks were completely lined up before, and now it is jutting out just slightly. So I'm just gonna let that do what it does, and I'm gonna check to see how full this thing is every so often. But yeah, we're not getting to any dangerous levels where we are worried about the cargo containers filling. It is just nothing, basically, compared to the 5 large cargo containers. It's not even worth going back to collect yet. We're just going to use all of our materials and see what we can build here. I think last episode, the nanites were just getting really angsty towards the end, especially at these not fully built upgrade modules. We were missing some gold, so they were getting really angry at us because they just wanted to make superconductors above anything else apparently, and they just weren't working. So I took them out and they were still acting funny after, but some sort of update seems to have fixed it, because they've already built this cargo container. They're building a lot of drills. I did not see this from the other side. That's wonderful. These blocks are slowly becoming a reality. And I think I'm just going to take this off, because it should not be essential in the slightest. I'll just put it in here, I'm sure. Oh, no, I don't want to put materials in there. It's for ore only, not steel plate. Yeah, this is our huge mining ship. It's taken a little while to even gather the resources that it needs. Needs a lot of iron, and we have not been mining pure iron. We've been mining stone. So, the good thing about that, though, is that we are saving up a lot of silicone and gravel and all those other lovely materials like nickel for when we really, really need them. But yeah, everything is just coming together wonderfully. Those drills take a lot of materials. I think it's been just about 10 million stone that I've easily gone through since I started this project. Not sure how much of it's gone toward the St. Elise, how much of it has gone toward the Overminer, but these are some very expensive behemoths. Let me tell you. The St. Elise is currently carrying our production needs, but gosh, was it expensive to make, and gosh, is it expensive to make everything else we need. That's where our steady supply of stone is going to come in handy. Is that one sorter that I turned off? Yeah, this is where it's going to connect to later. It's currently just being suspended in the air because it can't fly at the moment. And I had to build it somehow. But yeah, once it is airborne and self-sufficient, that connector will connect there, down there toward the ground. Actually, how far off the ground is that? It's like 3. And that's 2. Okay, so we have one meter of space underneath of us. Oh, good. I definitely lined that up properly. I could move it, but I'm a little too lazy. I'll move it if it's a huge issue. But yeah, this is sort of acting like our power hub. Plus, there's some extra assemblers here if we really need them, which I think we're currently utilizing to the max right now. Batteries are looking amazing. There's actually, this is a 2 deep. You see all these batteries, 25 here, but there's another layer behind. So it's 50 batteries. They are working, they are churning, doing everything we need them to do. Doing battery things. But our hydrogen is suffering, so I definitely want to pick up some ice with the drill first. Yeah, probably first before anything else. I'll get some ice. And then I'll make, yeah, because then this thing will be able to power itself better too. And then I'll take a journey to the gold. Because we need that gold. That is our big demand at the moment. All of the ice and stone above the gold is going to be wonderful to have. But the gold is what we really need. Might take us 2 to 3 trips to really get down to the gold. But all of the materials we're going to be getting there are going to be wonderful. And we have thrusters. The 1,100 motors that they each require was apparently no match for the amount of resources we've collected thus far. My only concern is that there's not enough space between the thruster and the drills, and I'm just gonna take a ton of damage. But I hope that's not the case. 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2. And this is like 2 blocks longer than you expect, I guess, because of the weird hitbox that it has. Right? I can see the hitbox? Yeah, it extends down quite a bit. I think I saw the magic number was 7, and if that's so, then this is exactly 7. Which is terrifying. I was trying to get some extra space, but I guess I needed every block here. That's really scary. This thing might need a complete, well, not a complete. It depends on if it really malfunctions out there. Nah, we'll just take some drill damage. It won't be too bad. Not bad at all. It could almost take out our connector, which would be pretty bad. But I don't know. I guess we'll have to see. Behemoths. And the batteries are being built, the engines are being built. It's all looking really nice. The nanites are just doing their job. But I think our big issue is going to be iron, of course. As it usually is. Because stone does not yield enough iron. There's enough motors for another large atmospheric thruster. Wonderful, wonderful things. Check the inventory out. See. What am I looking for? Looking for the iron. I know the stone's probably gone. Long gone. So whatever iron we have is probably all that we're gonna have until 50,000. I think we've worked through like half of it. But we have made a lot of progress with half of our iron, so. That is very exciting. This will come together, apparently. No problem whatsoever. Oh, the nanite's just constantly streaming now. Look at that. It's a steady stream. I think it's... the purple ones are just carrying materials. And then maybe the green ones are welders? I really don't understand those colors. But they are really doing some work there. I'm very proud of the nanites. Compared to last episode, they are working flawlessly. That's all of the large thrusters, some gyros, a control seat here, some hydrogen engines that still haven't been built, and then everything is good except for a couple of drills. But we're just about done here. The turbines are suffering because of the weather, which is not the best, but that's why we have so much power storage. Because if I take a look at it, it's going to be depleted in 5 hours when we're not making any energy. Like, those turbines are probably cut down to like 1/10 of what they usually generate. They are suffering. But this is really good. I'm very excited to take this thing out for a test drive. But I do believe that hydrogen is going to play a huge, huge role. Absolutely massive role on how this thing functions. Also, I'll probably have to give it a little bit of time during good weather for the batteries to charge. After the nanites have all done their work, the batteries should charge up fairly quickly. So that is all things to sort of wait on. Now we just have to handle logistics, really. We don't have to do any hard, laborious work. Which I wish something like the nanites was in the vanilla game. Because that would be, if you work and you get like a lot of materials, enough materials to put together some sort of an auto building mechanism like this. You know, something that might be like maybe slower. But I mean, for the power that this thing requires, I'd say this is pretty balanced. Because you still have to have the same amount of materials. It's just not as painful for the engineer to go block by block welding everything. I'd say it makes it a lot more fun. It's not something that you should have right off the start, but it's something you should be able to work for. And it also adds the nice little element of, oh yeah, I can repair while on the go, while, you know, I'm busy with something else. And maybe I don't see the damaged block. Well, the repair system well, and it'll fix it. Yeah, I think I originally planned for this to be 11 by 11, but the thrusters up there were a little bit wider than we expected. They stuck out a little bit. So it is cranked to 13 by 13. Even bigger than I thought it would have to be. But that just means we don't have to go as deep to fill up. Definitely going to take like 3 trips to get down to gold. But I mean, look at this mess. Batteries everywhere. This is definitely not the sort of ship that you want to be attacked. You want to keep this thing safe. Actually, everything here at the power station, I want to be extremely safe. So I'm probably going to build out something in all 4 directions, probably like 50 or 100 blocks away, that will hopefully thwart any threats before they get close. Because these turrets are nice, but I think they should be further away from the fragile turbine tower. And maybe beef them up a little bit, you know? Maybe have 2 or 3 of them on each side. Depending on what kind of threats we could see. I have no idea. I'm honestly surprised I haven't been attacked because I put a bunch of Gatlings on a vehicle. I guess that vehicle hasn't spent too long unattached, so maybe that's a factor. If my vehicle's unattached from any station grids, maybe it generates attacks. I have no idea. But this thing looks fully built. It's an absolute unit. Oh, where's my hydrogen at? It's not the best situation. Yeah, I definitely need to get hydrogen so I have a healthy supply and I can fill my tanks as well. But I need everything to charge on up. Fully recharged in 23 minutes. And when certain batteries fill up, that just means the other batteries are going to charge faster and faster. The fastest you can fully charge a battery is 20 minutes, though. They won't take a massive amount of power at once. They're not like a capacitor. They're like a slow burning. Well, when you put a bunch of them together, they can output a lot of power. But each one of them has a limit to how much they can store and how much they can output at a given time. Yeah, we've got a nice little stock of materials, and it looks like our nanites are just relaxing. So that will save us a lot of power. Looks like the weather is pretty much normal too. Here it is, all coming together. Wonder, have I set these to discharge before? I don't think I have. I don't think I've made a battery group. It's impossible to tell what is the base batteries and what is the Overminer batteries when you're looking at the system. Until we detach them, then we can set the Overminer batteries to recharge and everything. But the trick is it has to be able to fly before we can really move it down to the connector. Speaking of the connector, that thing's built. It's blue, but it's built. Let me go back to paint. Default. Boom. That's the color scheme. Yeah, whenever I have like slightly spaghetti mess, I like to make it just the default color because, you know, I'm not exactly proud of it. I don't really want it to be too on brand. Hold on just a sec here. I want to change this design because there's one block in, so I think this corner will hit the other corner a little bit. I'm gonna try to minimize the damage. Take a little bit of materials from there. Extend it out one more, and then I'll add the connector on. And so the nanites don't have to do as much, I'll just stick most of the materials back. Yeah, having to weld up every block by hand definitely be pretty painful after a while. But just in case I have any extra resources, they go to the nanites. I'm gonna run out of hydrogen. Not having bottles is definitely terrible. I need to get working on being able to give myself the full hydrogen bottles again. But that is the job of the Overminer. Once all this power gets fully recharged, I'm just gonna check on the mine again, just to do something really quick. Got the connection for the St. Elise to pick up resources. And there is some things piling up. Not a lot of things, but I mean, we're getting more and more stone slowly. Very, very slowly. I think what I want to do is I want to speed this up a little bit. Actually. Our velocity is lower than it can comprehend, so. Yeah, change it to that. It's definitely a speed increase. Of how much, I have no idea. But yeah, hopefully they are constantly mining. Somewhat close to their limits. Somewhat. So we did a little optimization at the mine. Gonna grab the hydrogen that we need. If we have some, we do. Just a little bit. Not enough, but we do have a little bit. And everything is recharging. Fully recharged in 10 minutes, and once these recharge, a lot more power will go to those batteries. Because right now they're all on one because they're new and they need some time. This would be terrifying. This would be absolutely terrifying if you had to actually commandeer this, drive this ship. It's just huge jet engines that suck in air all around you. That's death, that's a death, that's death, and that's death. I think that's one of the beautiful things about this design. It's just, you would never make anything like this. Because it would just be horrible. It'd be a really bad time. You can just stand on them. Not take any damage standing on spinning blades. This is not an invitation to add backwards thruster damage to the game, please. Please don't. Yeah, I want to detach, but I feel as though we are not ready yet. I feel as though the batteries don't have enough power to support us. So my only option is to wait until it's a safe level of power. Now Another thing I could do is maybe set the St. Elise's batteries to discharge. I don't think I will. I don't want to mix up the recharge and discharge buttons later on. I could get the St. Elise to do another trip, but there's just not enough to pick up yet. And the St. Elise moving around, not the best idea. But I do have a little bit of extra time to hopefully identify some. I can just walk right through that apparently. Wheel suspension left. Doesn't tell me exactly which one that is, which is very sad. If I added a beacon to this, I'd probably be able to see. But I do not have beacon. No beacon here. But yeah, that was creating the Overminer was the objective of this video. I had no idea it would be that quick. I thought I'd have to go get resources again from the mine. But that was pretty quick. It just needs to recharge and then we can take it out for a spin. Literally anything that I do will use resources from the base. And that is the opposite of what we want to do in this moment. We want to let everything recharge. Me just walking around uses resources. But you know what would be decent if I do a little bit of ice mining manually. It's excruciating, I know, but it's the only thing I can do to further the base right now. Ask not what the base can do for you, but what you can do for the base. That's not copyrighted, is it? Sure hope it's not. Don't know what it would be copyrighted from. And the terrible thing about grabbing resources by hand is you just have to make so many trips. That's all you gotta do. Just make so many trips. And the ice will instantly disintegrate. Not doing that. If you're in the direction of parallax and you're somewhat far away, I'm not going for it. I've learned my lesson. A little bit too hard. Thank you very much. And we don't have a very walled off base. Got a wall around the battery somewhat, but yeah, nothing big. See, those are off. Those should still be on standby because I've never flicked them off and back on. Because apparently every hydrogen engine in this game won't work until you turn it off and turn it back on. It's very odd. The St. Elise's hydrogen engines are off too. So the hydrogen should just stay put. I do want to fill up my bottles though, so I don't have to go fill up so often. That would be ideal. I think the main one is this one. Because it will do automatic refills for me. There it is. There's the hydrogen. Happy to see it. And then without flying, I'm just going to top up a little bit. That way to hopefully keep my bottles at 100%. I mean, these batteries should be full very soon. 3 minutes. And then once these are full, as mentioned previously, Overminer will just get a rush. Because every turbine will be focusing on those batteries and not 80 of them at once. Oh, just walked straight through that. Okay. Walked through most of the tire too. This game has some good hitboxes. But I'm not complaining though, because nothing's blown up. Probably some pretty good hitboxes for other reasons. But yeah, I love this rover. It is an absolute behemoth, and it's kind of hard to drive, but it's a mobile base. It's everything I need, basically. Except for resource collection, which this thing is certainly going to help with. Let's check on its battery levels. They're still kind of low. I'm glad that I can walk here. But recharge in 5 hours, that should change drastically once the other batteries connect. Should change drastically. I have no idea how much power these thrusters are going to use. Probably should know that, but I don't. And another thing, I could work on more turbine towers, but that just uses power, and that's just counterproductive to everything going on here. You know? It's very sad. Very, very sad. They're already like a 12th charged. So, it's like the equivalent of like 3 full batteries. It's very nice though. My perch. My dangerous perch. That would hurt me at the drop of a hat. Really, that's the safer perch. Even though there's a lot of spinning and possible cutting going on. Those things look a lot safer than these engines. Just sort of stalling. This live series has its uninteresting moments, but it has some really good ones too. So stay tuned for all of that. This is where a nice little commercial break would go if this was a TV show and I could actually get sponsored. But no. This is not a TV show and I have no sponsors. Sad times. Sad times indeed. I think in like a couple of minutes, I'm just gonna do a Hail Mary and disconnect everything and see if it flies. If it doesn't, then I have so many issues. So many problems that I'm gonna have to fix. It's not gonna be very fun. But stay tuned for that. When I spam downward thrusters all over this thing. Should be charging much faster. 3 hours. Yeah, it's charging at like twice the speed. Every second I keep it attached is just straight up beneficial. Actually, I'm gonna start working on the internals here. That would be a great thing to do during this time. Because I need to... but it's not detached yet. That's the thing. I need to work on the buttons when it's detached and floating in midair. So I need a lot of power on this thing so it can stay floating in the air. Okay, but here's my reasoning, right? It has a 12th of its power. And this thing is expected to be able to go do a mining trip, and come back, right? So if I detach this thing now and it fails, then it's not going to do its job either. When it's loaded full of stone and attempting to slowly crawl back to the base. So let's detach it. The harder they fall, huh? That's a good achievement. Also, my Steam notifications are still up apparently, which is less than ideal. I thought I fixed that. Oh, that was not the right thing. But that's fine. Just gonna take that off. This thing is flying. How long can it fly? 23 days? 24 days? It can float for 24 days apparently. Let's see if that's true real quick. That's kind of an alarming statistic. Fully depleted in 23 days. Oh, that's because it's not converted to a ship yet. It's sort of just floating in midair right now because it thinks it's a station connected to ground. But it's not. So we're gonna let it think that for a little bit here. Gonna let it believe what it wants to believe. Actually gonna throw a little bit of materials in. Just some more things for the base to work with. But, however, I need to do a few things. I guess in the spirit of fairness and trying to figure out what's going on. As an emergency procedure, let me find the connector really quick. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the switch lock on the toolbar. Okay, so that's gonna be our thing if we need to emergency, like, get out. But let's go ahead and convert it to a ship. The turbines are going nuts apparently. I have 37 minutes of power. That's wonderful to hear. And this thing is only a 12th of the way charged. So let me connect on in. I wish I was closer. Oh, I have a camera for this. Yes. Yes, I have a camera. A view. So if I use this view, the camera's right underneath the connector. We are completely lined up too, which is absolutely golden. I'm loving this. Okay, that is connected. Boom. We are all in. I want to be able to turn the thrusters off completely while I'm connected, because I don't want them eating power. It's not a huge issue, but just as a quality of life thing. All of the atmospheric thrusters do thruster over group. And then group thruster over. I want to toggle them on and off. So let's go ahead and turn them off. They are fine doing what they do. Another good thing to have would be drills. All of the drills that are attached. Select all of them. Go drills. I mean, do we call it drills? I guess we call it drills. I have this weird thing about naming things the same thing. But it should be fine. Because that's over on the magnesium mine, so it should be pretty okay. Groups. Drills. Toggle on and off. Of course they should be off. Not the engine block of the Saint, but I need the engine block of the Over. So, I gotta go into the control panel, find all my engines on this grid. This one. Get all of these because they are on this side of the connector. So block group, engine, block, Over, and then that block group, I think I can just turn them always on, really, but I'm gonna need to toggle them on and off just to turn them on the first time. And leave them off for a little bit. And this ship is 3 million kilograms. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. It's pretty heavy. Slightly worried about that. Slightly worried about the fog coming in too. I think that's gonna delay us leaving. Because I don't want to be out in the fog condition. No. So it must be done. At least we have that programmed. We haven't tested the gyros yet, but the gyros should be a-okay. We are really lacking our hydrogen here. You can see all the yellow bands around the H2O2 generators. It's a sad time. Sad time for the H2O2 generators. But this is basically set up, just needs some charging. And that's the thing that I didn't do. I'll just set all these to recharge so I can steal power from the base. That works for me. Oh, this works. Control panel, batteries. Want all of the batteries that are attached here. And I think, was there another one in here? Colors are kind of messing with me. No, okay. It looks like I got them all. Battery over. And then I will go ahead and put that as a group. Battery over. And then set them to recharge. And that way they will just absorb power. They will fully recharge in less than 20 minutes. I would like to be fully recharged when I go out on trips, but I don't think that's a huge requirement. But one good thing that I can check up on right quick would be the magnesium mine. See exactly what is going on. It doesn't have the best power right now, but it does have batteries. The batteries really haven't budged much, Might have to add a few more turbines. But yeah, it is going. It looks like it's not having too many issues here. And it is slowly expanding. So we did up the piston speed. Now look at the large container, and it looks like we're just slowly filling. Ever so slowly. So that's more of like a little passive mine type thing over there. We don't have to worry about going to and fro too much. Not too bad at all. I'm thinking we might be able to store this thing on sort of the rear side of the Saint Elise, but then I'm worried about the it being top heavy and the weight being shifted too far back in the design. I would like the Overminer and Saint Elise to just be able to work together in the field, not requiring any sort of a station. But I don't believe that that's going to be the case here. It's very interesting, though. It might be a little difficult to hook up like the last Overminer was, but it definitely has a lot more horsepower. I think it's going to be way more reliable. That is the hope, at least. And even the smallest little lips just stop you from walking. Yeah, here. Like if you walk onto the connector, it's fine. But if you walk onto the sorter, you get stopped. Completely stopped. But yeah, it looks like we are getting a really good amount of power out of this base. I guess let me just do a little ice mining trip right quick. And then I'll set off to get some more ice. Because I want to have a lot more than 34 minutes of power, as we might take that long out there, and the heavier we get, the more power we will need. But if we have ice on board, we can also generate power while we're out there. And it'll sort of unload us as well while we're flying. It's going to be very, very nice. It's a nice little ice cave. Just make some more hydrogen. What would be nice is an ore detector. But where would I slip it into? And what does it need to start with? Ore detector starts with steel plate, so there's a lot of that around. Preferably it would be low in the structure, but I don't know if there's really any particular room for it down there. It's a lot of drills. Might as well slip it in here, I guess. And have it right there. That's like a little nice seat, though. It's okay, I can get in from the front. It is a-okay. I'll block off the door. Leave the other steel plates. Make sure that I am all charged up. And then I'll probably take a trip. Sort of detach it, see exactly where the power's at. Maybe grab some ice that's really close and see how that impacts everything. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Because it's been grabbing a lot of power. But I gotta wait for the nanites to do the work, do the job. Probably queuing up all the materials. I hope they can work on things that are attached through 2 connectors. They have some detector components. Nanites, how are you doing? Can I get you to scan really quick? Can I get you to like... Yeah, go ahead and scan through the blocks. Construction nanites, are you gonna find possible targets? There should be 2 of them. Should be. I wonder what's the maximum number of blocks it can handle scanning. I wonder. Maybe it doesn't work through 2 connectors. Maybe it only works through 1. I think one big way to check would be to set the batteries back to auto, turn the thrusters back on, detach. We have 1 hour of power apparently. I am being attached by the connector pretty sharply. Am I hitting the ground? Let's connect back up. Find out what's going on here. Actually, this does not belong. Does not belong at all. Okay, well that time worked. So I'm just gonna let that hover. And then check on the nanites right quick to see how many blocks are on the grid. How many blocks do you say there are? Still the same amount. So it scans through 1 connector and that's it. It seems to be. Yeah, it scans through 1 connector. So I need a special little instrument over there. Oop, don't die by connector. Steal a couple of steel plates. And then find this beacon of repair. probably connect back up. Well, we've got an hour of power. We might as well go do a little mining trip. Okay, so turning around, not the easiest thing to do. Turns out it takes a little while. Kind of regretting it. We're gonna check out the Cobalt Mine really quick. Gosh, this thing is heavy. That's stone. I think cobalt's over here. Maybe I went down toward iron. I'm not sure. Gosh, it's so hard to see. Well, I think we descend here on the iron as a test. Keeping in mind that this thing is not fully charged. Was the hole somewhere else? Okay, I have an hour of power. Let's check around really quick. Where's the big hole? It's right below me. Okay, cool. Couldn't really see that very well. Let's descend upon it then. And now we should be filling our hydrogen. Just gonna bore our way into the ground. Okay, a little bit of damage there. Still pretty level. We're not the most level right now, but that is fine. Just trying to bore down to the ground, see what we can get. I think the hydrogen engines are turning on and off. Let me see if we can build up any hydrogen in the tanks with some of this ice. And let's check on inventory. We are almost full here, but mostly of ice. So actually pretty good. We are 5 million kilograms. Let's try to pull up as hard as... Okay, we have a lot of thrust. I think that was a good test. Man, we really cannot go too deep in the ground. all of these amazing drills. Okay, let's let ourselves slow down a little bit. This is a little bit concerning. All right, we're looking good. Roll a little bit. And let's check on this camera here. This camera should give us the right view that we need for the rest of this. It's not coming too hot. Camera should be just below. Might be scraping along the ground here. We're pretty close to the ground, actually. I think we are scraping a little bit. We're tilted back. Tilt forward a little bit. Okay. Go back to camera and then connect up. Drop down a little. It's a little bit weird. It needs to be a little bit lower. Surprised that this ore detector is not built yet. See. Connect. Go back in. Turn. Let's turn the hydrogen engines on. Nah, that's fine. We have renewable power. Let's let these recharge. Turn the thrusters off. And it should pull out a lot of the wonderful materials. From the cargo container. Because we got some stone, we got some ice. Makes everything very, very nice. For some reason this is not draining all though. Drain all on. It's all gonna be gone by the time I look at it. Okay. So slowly, like 20,000 at a time, 10,000 at a time, the ice is marching into the base. Which means the H2O2 generators are gonna have a time. They're gonna have a time of it. But that is good hydrogen. That is what we need. We also need gold. And I think this thing can handle a extended mission, really. It is not... It's not bad at all. This thing's actually pretty impressive. But yes, definitely gonna drain all those materials. Allow everything here to do its work. Drain some power off so the turbines can work while I'm away. I think the last thing to do is really to check the mine too while all that is going on. Just making sure I'm not wasting a ton of resources. I know that these cargo containers are very far from filling, but just checking every so often. The weather's clear. Almost forgot about that fog. Probably shouldn't have gone out at that moment, but it's fine. The turrets are still pointed down as they were, so that's probably just a thing they're going to do. And this thing just slowly drains. Get some stone action going too. That way the refineries have magnesium in them. But that way the refineries have something useful to do after they're done with magnesium. It's pretty cool. This thing can get millions of resources per trip. I can only get 10,000. This is so much better. If I wanted to push my luck, I might be able to add more large cargo containers in this design, but no. I'm not pushing anything at this point. One large cargo container is it for me. That is as far as I want to push it. Yeah, this is all working wonderfully. The recharge has it almost full. The resources are just trickling out all by themselves. A lot of things you can easily take for granted, but we have suffered through on this channel. Oh man. It's very, very nice. Looks so spindly though. I love it. Absolutely love it. So, I think we're just about ready to leave as soon as we could probably keep some ice on board, honestly. That we will. That we shall. Batteries are good, thrusters are good, and we detach. We're going to keep the ice. We're going to use it on our own engines. Dang, we had 12% hydrogen? That is very, very nice. We'll just generate electricity as we run on out to the mines. Down to gold and down to silver. We could use a few more gyros. Probably 2 more. You know, we got 4 in here. 2 more gyros would probably do a wonder. I held forward for that entire trip, and that's going to take me a long time to reverse. That's not good, that's not good, that's the wrong way, that's the wrong way. Okay, which way am I facing? Facing this way? I need to go back. I've finally stopped. Okay, now I'm going to stop holding and I'm going to try to level this thing out. Okay, where are we? Good, this is a lot better. A lot better. we actually want to go to the corner that is closer to parallax and closer to the base. So right here is where we're probably going to drop down. If we get deep enough, we will get some gold. Let's go ahead and descend. Power is looking like we got an hour when we're hovering. Got a couple of hours when we're going down. Probably when power goes to like 20 minutes, we're definitely going to need to haul our butt out of there. Man, the other Overminer hole seems so small compared to this ship. Oh, we hit ground. Pretty hard, actually. Turning on the drills is definitely like another huge consumption. Consumes a lot. See when the weight of the craft updates. Because we should be getting fairly heavy here. Yeah, we're almost to 4 million kilograms. We are grabbing a lot. $2 million stone already. $5 million. Let's try to fill up. Let's try to do it. We pull it out of the other hole pretty easily. 6 million. We're almost full. 4 million stone would be a pretty decent haul. 7 million, let's get out of here. I don't want to risk it too far past that. Oh my gosh. Thing looks like it's having a seizure. Try to turn pretty much as sharply as we can. What's going on down there? Let's turn all that mess off. I don't really like that. Need to roll a little bit back to level. Gosh, this thing is so clunky. Good thing is we're losing a little bit of weight as the H2O2 generators process stuff. Oh, we need to stop holding forward here. We do not decrease speed very quickly. Oh yeah, I'm flying the Overminer Mark II. No, I didn't move the base at all. I just went to go grab the stone that's hiding my gold from me. I need to dig down in a large cube to remove all of the gold. So I've got the Overminer doing that for me. I've actually got this thing set up pretty well. A lot better than the last Overminer. If you are familiar with it, it was a mess. The experience of flying that thing, plus the design of this thing. Wait, I don't know what X does when I'm in a ship. Usually it turns on my jetpacks. So worrying. Gonna line up a little bit more. Because I have a camera down here, positioned right underneath the connector. So all I have to do is get a little bit lower. And slide right on in. And we're connected. G. There we are. Currently, ever since I disconnected this from the base, I have had problems. Had some problems with the nanites being able to reach it. Unfortunately. Unfortunately. The hydrogen engines are nice. Hold on, let me turn on all those settings that I need. I need to turn the thrusters off, set the batteries back to recharge, and turn the hydrogen engines off. And that should be the way to go. Brought a lot of stone back. So we should be getting a lot of materials here. What to do with them is a great question. But we should have a lot of materials. I want all of the materials for a repair beacon. Yes. So I build this. All components were successfully withdrawn, huh? Okay. I see how it is. I took a bunch of steel plate. Strange. Very, very strange. Yeah, I'm gonna need whatever the nanites have. Whatever the nanites take. Beacon. It doesn't tell me the material. No. Alright, well, I'm just gonna build planer it, I guess. Middle mouse button? Yeah, now it's on the build planner. And now I withdraw the components I need for the build planner. Right? That's how that works? Yeah, that is how that works. The repair beacon. Hopefully that will help us out a little bit. Getting the repairs done to the ship and getting that nanite, not nanite, but getting this ore detector built. Ooh, also I probably want those extra gyros. Where are my gyroscopes? There they are. Perfect. So that's what I want built here. Not sure if the nanites are really going to see that or not. Hopefully they do. Mining, life support, assemblers, I mean, seems pretty good. Put all my materials in there. Make sure nothing's on the build planner. It is not. We are good to go. I'm wondering what this PCU is. I'm wondering if I'm about to hit some sort of a limit. That can't be right. Yes, it's working. Yes. The beacon is lit. Throw a nice little reference in there. Ore detector. I want the ore detector range to be different than default. Toggle it on. Show me 150. There is some ice below me. Good to know. Good to know there's some ice below me. So nothing really here. I didn't build my power facility over any goodies, I suppose. But when I drill into the ground, I might be able to see some stuff around me as well, which would be very, very cool. And I think I'm ready to go again. I'm ready to go take a trip. Go get some more resources. Get closer and closer to gold at least. So, auto thrusters, detach, pull away. Gyros should allow me to rotate a little bit better. Center myself a little bit. Destination. This is really nice. I got a lot of hydrogen on board, so I'm going to go ahead and start burning out the engines. Making sure that I have enough power to get home. And I'm going to drop on it, basically. Tilt back a little bit so the downward thrusters can help. Help me slow down a little. So let's see. A little ways away. That seems to be the 2 holes. Just gonna keep excavating this area. There's gold. I can see it now. Let me drop right on it. silver over there as well. Yeah, that's okay. We'll drop through right here. If we never pick a spot, we'll just keep getting stone at the surface. And that unknown signal is too close to parallax. Wait. Yeah. It's actually towards base. Which is nice. But yeah, let's dig down here. Let's get some stone in us. $6 million kilograms? 7 million kilograms? It is full. We are getting out of here. We're already full. Oh my gosh. I wonder if our resource handling is even going to be able to take this. The drills really aren't able to take this. We are very lopsided. Mining is so much better in a ship. That was so much stone. We need to get down to gold, but that was so much stone. It's amazing. What was that resource? Ice. We're gonna see a lot of ice. It's just what comes with the territory. I feel like some of the hammers pop up and it doesn't say what resource it is. And let's slow down a little bit here. Don't want to come in too fast. Yeah, this is so much better. I'm going a little too quickly here. Gonna hit some trees. But we are in repair range, so not too many things to fret. Just probably a sudden stop here. No. Guess we went right over the tree. Okay. Make sure we're tilted correctly. And that we come in at the proper angle. Here we are, that should be pretty lined up. Some damage there, but luckily we have our nanites. And we have more stone than we know what to do with. Someday. It's like 10,000, 3 million. 3 million's a lot more than 100,000. I said 10,000. 100,000. 5 million. None of it's in the refineries. Why? Why do you insist on working on magnesium all the time? Where's all the magnesium? It's right here. Let's get some stone in there. Let's process it. We want the stone goodies, not the magnesium goodies. Still worried about that PCU limit at the bottom there. Wondering if that is going to be detrimental at all. We'll have to see. Never set the things to what they're supposed to be set to. Thrusters off, battery recharge. Go ahead and turn the engines off. We don't need to burn through the ice while we are docked like this. But yeah, 8 million stone. That is a big win. That's a very big win. It's going to take us a long time to get through that stone. But we will have resources. Plenty and plenty of resources. I want to pick up a load of gold like that, though. I want gold. I want to strike gold in this video. This is the Overminer video. Let's do it. I need to take a look at the hole with my character. Because, yeah, I feel like we have hit a lot of stone and not much else. We want to take out this entire space. Like, that would be amazing. Because this is where all the gold is. But I feel like we have to dig down at a very specific part first. And then go by and get the rest of the gold that might be bordering. So we're going to concentrate our efforts a little bit more and see if we can't get down there to gold this video. Because I am tired of hand mining it. I want the Overminer to get it. We have a nice little setup, though. A very nice setup indeed. Gosh. A little overpowered, if anything. But we have worked for it, I shall say. I dare say we have worked for it. The batteries here are actually running down. Might need some hydrogen engines on at some point. This thing apparently uses a lot of power. I don't exactly understand where it thinks it's using a lot of power from, but apparently it's using power. Let's check the inventory real quick. Let's make sure we are fully unloaded before we take a trip. We are not fully unloaded. Take it. Take the stone. Alright, we are going to take another trip. And away we go. Unlock. Oh, the thrusters are off. The thrusters were off. Okay. Made a little bit of a mistake there. Added a new dent next to the base, but it's fine. That's why we are so close to the ground. Honestly, let's just try to fly out there sideways. It's a little bit of a hassle having to turn the whole ship around. Let's not get too close to parallax though, and let's not come in too hot. Those are the objectives. Okay. We'll let the ship slow down a little bit. And drop down a little bit as well. Pretty decently aligned with gravity. We can totally just pinpoint it by looking top down. It looks like a sick compass. We're pretty aligned with gravity, though it does not feel like it. Let's see how close we are. We're not very close. Let's go ahead and dig in closer to the original hole, that way we can get a little bit deeper. Turn the drills on at this point and start going down. Pretty aligned. Might be some work I can do there. Okay, that's pretty aligned. And then just take a look and drop on down. Got that one drill mining. Now we got a couple of them. Just good stuff. Okay, we got a little bit off balance there. But we are going to continue till our mass is like 7,000 kilograms. We're getting deeper. This is very, very good. I wonder if we're getting any gold. We're about 7,000 kilograms. We're about full. We're getting out of here. We're saving up some hydrogen too, which is good. We didn't have to use the engines on that trip at all. Mostly just snagging our power from the base. With all of its many lovely turbines. Parallax is 2.8 kilometers. Not being able to see the landscape, definitely not something I would suggest. But since I've flown it a couple of times, this should be fine. Nope, it's not fine. It's not fine at all. I can't go over it. I'll have to go beside it. That was close. That was too close for comfort. I came in way too hot there. Yikes. I could have tilted too. I could have gotten a lot of speed by tilting the ship, but then I kind of would have dropped a little bit. I need the downward thrusters to be pointed down, primarily. Imagine that. Imagine your downward thrusters being pointed down. Roll a little bit. And line it up. Yeah, not having to turn at all during the trip definitely helped this docking process. And it saved some time too, because turning is just the worst in this vehicle. I'm glad we have the gyros just in case, but turning is the worst. I keep forgetting that I should turn these off and set this to recharge. We have a lot more stone for you. So much stone. You will drown in stone. This is more stone than I've ever had at once. We're just piling in stone after stone after stone. I want all this stone to be on board. Large cargo container 7. Do you want stone? You can have stone. And just like that, the Overminer is empty again. And we can get more stuff. We love it. We love it. So let's take another recon mission while the Overminer is charging up a little bit. Let's take a look at the damage. So we are definitely starting to get a little bit deeper. Maybe go toward the hole a little bit. In one direction, on the axes. But I don't think we're too far from gold. We're kind of far from gold, actually. You take from there down. It'll take us a couple more trips. A couple more trips of pure stone. But we'll get there. I especially want to destroy these floating voxels. It's an eyesore. I do wish that the Overminer could haul more resources at a time. But we'd need more thrusters, we would need more everything, we'd probably need more drills. This massive design would just get even bigger. I think we don't need to empty an entire resource deposit in one trip. I think I'm fine with not doing that. The poor magnesium mine, though, it's literally, its purpose is to get me stone, and it's being outclassed in every way by the Overminer. Like, yikes. It's slowly getting me more stone, but mainly this is probably going to be a launch platform. The nice little area carved out underneath here. A little bit of magnesium. Magnesium's nice. We're not actually getting that over anywhere else. Having this deposit would be pretty good. But I think we go on another trip. I think that is the logical thing to do here. We're out. We're on another journey. Just collecting all of the resources. And start slowing ourselves. We got up to 70 meters per second in this thing. That is a little too quick for my taste. But what is impressive is this thing weighs like 2 million kilograms and we get it up to 7 kilograms, right? That is a pretty good weight ratio for lifting. Considering we do all the mining here, we do all the storing here, we do all the lifting, the battery storage. Being able to carry like 4 times our weight, 3 times our weight, something like that. That is pretty good, actually. Not sure if any other ships out there have a better ratio. Probably do. It's all about that balance between like being able to be out on the field long enough, being able to last long enough, and just being able to be efficient enough. Looks like we are getting some fog, which spells a lot of bad news for us. We might have to drive home in the fog. Get some rotation going. Straighten ourselves out. Okay. Should be right over the hole too. This should be a pretty good angle. We can go pretty deep without collecting too much stone since we're over a hole already. But down we go. Turn those engines on just because we do have 20% of the hydrogen we can carry. It's not too much of a loss if we burn through a little bit of it. 6 million. 7 million. We are getting toward our limit here. Inventory stone. It is basically full. We got to get out of here. We are stamping the ground out. Just very slowly. Oh, the drills are still on. Hold on. Yeah, it's not telling me what those resources are. Ice, okay. So it tells me what a deposit is, where a deposit is, like 200 meters away. It only really tells me what it is if I get a tiny bit closer. But there's a lot of silver and gold down there, which is very exciting. I'm gonna move back a little bit since we had that problem last time. And up a lot, apparently. This is a very productive day. Got a lot of stone. Too much stone, but we got a lot of stone. I'm way too obsessed with not wasting any resources. Okay. These off, and that's a recharge. Okay. Did we lose any drills? It's hard to see, but actually it was over here. Yeah, we just slammed into the ground. Didn't lose any drills. Maybe took a little bit of damage, but the nanites can repair that. Refineries are just gonna go crazy. I'm gonna go crazy because the refineries aren't working what they should be working on. Just work on the stone. And make sure there's no magnesium in the base anywhere. Refinery 2, refinery. Magnesium. Okay. Cool. I want you to also work on stone. Can you do that for me? Can you just get through the magnesium and then pick up the stone, please? That would be wonderful. Large cargo container 2. All. Let's find large cargo container 2. And let's put it in a refinery if we can refine one. There's the wrong refinery. It's a refinery, it's full of magnesium. I can just take all the magnesium out of it. Right? Switch? No? That's not how that works. Got it. Now I have to find stone again. Everything is filling everywhere with stone. It's wonderful. Gonna have a huge gravel problem a little bit later. Connector, assembler. Another large cargo container. It's the one that has all the stuff in. Is there a refinery down here on the list somewhere? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense. Well, the refinery is gonna do what it's gonna do. They're chopping through the stuff. There's the refinery I was looking for. Where's the stone now? It was above all the stone? There's the stone. There. Just process. Just do it. Oh my gosh. These refineries are very slow. I get why somebody in chat was suggesting 3 yield, 1 speed, because gosh, these are slow. But it's fine. I'll deal with the slowness if I get more resources. Bang for my buck. It's fine. It's fine. And the ice is doing great. And the hydrogen is doing fabulous. I don't know if that's just this base or that's everywhere. I doubt it's everywhere. Because everywhere else has hydrogen tanks. Yeah, 8%. Whoops. Forgot to turn the engine off. Might be one of the big issues. This thing might have been filling though. Yeah, it's got a bar down here. That's nice. Now give me some of it. Cool. I still need to break down my old tools that I don't need. Yeah, this has been pretty good. It's very snowstormy now. Not the best conditions. Huh. So our base has been suffering just a little bit. The turbines are doing okay. Yeah. This is a nice place. We haven't lost any drills, which makes me think that the thruster damage is either minimal or it's just straight up fine. Not a huge issue. I do kind of want to build the other... Since we have so much stone, we can get girders, we can get all this nice stuff. I want to build the other towers, and I think that's where I'm going to sort of leave everything here. Take quite a bit of steel plate from the base. Alright, and then we build 2 more big towers. Get a little bit of a bird's eye view. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So it's the 4th one. 1, 2, 4. And the nanites will be very busy once more. Yeah, it's the wrong elevation. Is my PCU gonna be at the limit or something? Guess this is the way to test it. Each of these is a PCU. Hydrogen looks okay. Not gonna fall back to the ground anytime soon. The assemblers will probably be making steel plate forever. Nope, not yet. Very nice. I can just build these and forget about them. And there it is. It's the top of the tower. And I just need some interior plate, I believe. And here we go. Build at least one more tower. Maybe I stop at this one so that I don't give the nanites too much to do. So they've got a lot of projects. This is PCU 55. So yeah, I should be okay for a little while, I guess. I might have to change the limit of PCU in my world. But this will help the power be a lot more renewable. One of these towers goes down, it'll probably drop and take the other towers out. A domino. Which I'm not looking forward to. I want to protect these as much as possible. So maybe next session I build up some border defenses. Establish some sort of a border of control. Encompass the mine in it, encompass the power station in it. And figure out the production of bullets, because I have a lot of magnesium and such. Oh, the nanites are gonna have a time. Everything is very slow in this world. Wondering how I can optimize my performance a little bit. I ran out of steel plates at the end of that. I built the last block and then I didn't have any more steel plate. Two, three, four. Yeah, we'll build up the towers. Build them up and forget about them. Let them do their power thing. That's wrong. Alright. Slowly but surely we are building on up. Building as fast as I can. My lights on? Yeah, my lights were on, so my power was going down. No, what's the second one? That's not right. I wonder if it's lagging out because I'm giving the nanites a lot to look at. Could be it. A lot of resources to queue up. We do have some turbines being built, which is helping our power. Even though the nanites are going crazy trying to take all the power away. I want your interior plate. You can suffer for longer. I need to build the rest of them. Yeah, this is definitely a very renewable source of energy. It's a little ridiculous. It's getting just a tiny bit ridiculous. I said that about the inner tower by itself. Now it is this. Now we are here. And I do not have a steel plate. I must hunt. It's 28 more. Might be enough. But yeah, I think after I finish skeletoning this out, or what do you call this? Scaffolding it? I guess I'm scaffolding it. It's basically just a blueprint for the, I could have blueprinted a tower. Seemed a little bit too lazy though. Make the nanites build up all of these. And then I'll take apart the things down here. Wow, the nanite. Oh. That's the new tower. I thought that was the new tower. I was like, wow, the nanites are fast. Oh, the nanites are pretty quick. They got a lot of those turbines built up. Give all the extra resources. Take some resources for myself. And listen to all the nanites queuing up materials desperately. Man. All that stone though, that's gonna be amazing. I also want to kind of build these towers like number one, the base power wasn't looking infinite, so I wanted more production. Number two, I've got a lot of stone and I want to use it. Oh man. The nanites are just going out, building. I love it. And our wonderful Overminer was very easily completed. We might have run into like the edge of our resources or something, but we built that in no time flat when we got back from the magnesium mine. That was pretty quick. And we are just expanding the power infrastructure even more to absolutely ridiculous levels. If it wasn't ridiculous before, it definitely is now. But it is all in the name of renewable energy, I guess. Because I don't want to have to constantly get ice. Or burn through uranium. Or however else. I don't even have uranium to burn through. How else can you make power? Well, solar, but solar only works during the day, and then you can make the argument that yes, but your turbines don't work during a weather event. This is what I've invested in. I like it. I don't have to invest in some scripts to point the solar panels towards the sun, anything like that. They just sit there and I can sort of forget about them. It was very, very nice. But that is probably going to be it for this episode. I think I have done enough here. Done enough damage. The base, the Saint Elise, everything is just going to take so long to go through all of the tasks I've given for them. And next episode, we're just gonna go try to strike gold. So we're just gonna keep bringing stone back. Everything's gonna suffer. It's gonna be great. I'm sure the Saint Elise is really heavy at this point, too. I'm very curious. How's this thing doing? 19 million? 19 million kilograms? That's what it says. That is what it says. How's the base doing then? Does it give me a weight? It just says station weight. So no, it doesn't like to calculate it apparently. But yes, hydrogen full. Hydrogen ticking up slowly. Maybe I add an LCD. What do LCDs need? Interior plate. We can do that. We can do that quite easily. Find something that uses interior plate like this. And then we can add an LCD. In here somewhere. Probably right here, I guess. No. Here. That's an open space. That's actually a really nice open space. I'm gonna add my LCD there first. I'm liking it. And then on the LCD, control panel, LCD, incomplete. Gonna go ahead and say script. And then one of the given scripts, I'm just gonna say energy and hydrogen. Because that's a cool trick. But the nanites are absolutely going crazy with all the tasks they have yet to complete. Oh man. Oh man. Our power, how much are we suffering? Recharged in 7 hours, we're not suffering at all. Got it. That's so surprising. I guess the turbines are really kicking into high gear right now. Because that is the only way we're getting electricity. all of those wonderful, wonderful turbines. Something attacked us right now, they can just chip the base of the tower and it all come crumbling down. Be very much less than ideal. A few well-placed missiles and I lose a really good chunk of my power grid. Not liking the prospects there. Not liking them at all. But yeah, we're gonna have the LCD, small little quality of life improvement that might be finishing. We need 10 displays, okay? Just depends on how fast it wants to use displays. What if I use displays? I kind of want this to be finished. Okay. I see why you have not built it fully yet. I see. Space credits can all go together. We have a lot of ice, which is amazing. Didn't know we had that much ice left. That is really nice. The ice is everywhere. The stone. Lots and lots of stone. Check on the refineries. They're probably still slacking with their magnesium, as I thought. Luckily, we're not getting any magnesium at the moment. Magnesium is making me not want to go out to the magnesium mine. Because then we're just going to get more. And the refineries are just going to be like, ooh, magnesium. Let's do that. No, I want them to process all of the wonderful stone we have so that we can use the resources for crazy projects like this. PCU. Oh, I think that's how much I have left. I just went through a lot of it. But I think that I haven't even gotten 1/10 of the way. That's my guess. I'm not even 1/10 of the way to my limit. Even though my game is already lagging. Considerably. But yes, I think that is where we are going to end things off. That is a good place to stop. Everything is working, everything is churning, everything is producing. Like a well-oiled machine. And this is one of my favorite machines. It is so crazy, but I absolutely love it. Maybe if I'm feeling lucky enough. I don't know if I want to add more drills. I could add more downward thrusters as well. I could. It's tempting. It's very tempting. But in any case, that is going to be the end of this episode. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. And yeah, I hope you join me for the next one, where we are going to be attempting to strike gold. The towers already look really good. I keep getting distracted before I can end the episode. I don't know, I just love this game so much. Streaming it is adding a lot of enjoyment for me, for whatever reason. It just makes it more fun. Like, I think that's the reason that I'm streaming it. It's just, I guess being able to share it just kind of adds that element of, oh, I'm kind of being productive. So yeah, before this turbine tower lags my game out and crashes. with all of the visual effects. I am going to cut it off here, and yeah, I hope you join me for the next one, where we are going to keep doing crazy things like this. It is really all coming together, though, and I'm very excited. Peace out.